Hello everyone, this is Farzana for Farzana Law, and thank you so much for joining me today in this brand new vlog where I'll be sharing with you all some of the tips and tricks on how to really be a really good trainee solicitor based in London. So if you're interested in this kind of content, make sure to like, share and subscribe because I like to make this content on a weekly basis, making sure that I'm actually reflecting back, evaluating my performance as a trainee solicitor in London. So let's get started with today's vlog, which is basically a really good one, especially if you're going to be coming back or you are back from an annual leave or a long weekend. For example, right now there's been a lot of I think back to back 2 weeks there has been like bank holidays, which means that we're getting long weekends. So Saturday to Monday or Friday to Sunday, we're basically getting days off, which means that you get 3 days of actually rest and relaxation. And some of us, what we do is that we take the opportunity to actually take a long annual leave and go somewhere out of country or discover somewhere in London or outside of London. So it's very important for you to make sure that once you're back from that annual leave or a long weekend break, what are some of the things that you should do to make sure that you're catching up at office work post a holiday in the most effective way as much as possible. So the tip that I will give you, or the tip that is basically helping me the most after I had my long annual leave, has been really helpful. I think I was back on last Friday, or was it? I think 1 week ago I was back from my annual leave, and this has helped me so much in actually making sure that I'm catching up on work as much as possible. Especially because when you're working in a law firm, there's a lot of tasks going on, and you have a lot of duties, responsibilities, and things have to get done as quickly as possible in the most efficient way, but the most best quality work has to be produced as well. So the first thing that I did personally when I went back to my office life and my normal routine life basically is to make sure that I've created a prioritized to-do list, which is very important because if you just want to spend at least 1 to 2 hours on that particular morning. So Monday morning when you're back, for example, at 9 a.m. till 11 a.m., I would highly recommend for you to make sure that you are going through all of the emails that you have received, or if you have any tasks that are pending since you have left, for the annual leave. If there's anything that has to be pending that is urgent, you want to prioritize those particular tasks by the urgency level. So you first of all number it with number 1 maybe, and say the number 1, this is the most important thing I have to get done before 5:30 p.m. before I leave the office, and then you prioritize that way, or you can do in a bullet point style, and you basically want to tackle the ones that are high impact first, the ones that have to be completed as quickly as possible and before the end of the working day. In that way, you're basically making sure that you are prioritizing the most important tasks, and you're basically going to cover the ones eventually that are also non-important, or the ones that are unimportant or less priority or less urgent. So you want to group your tasks that way, and I promise you that will really help you. And it's also very important for you to, I would say, if there is somebody who you handed over some of the work, or a colleague that you basically handed over works to them, then make sure you speak to them and communicate very clearly that what are some of the things that are pending, so they can also tell you as well what is actually pending. So then you start working on those as well, and they can tell you what has been happening in the past week that you may have missed, if there's any new update, anything like that in the workplace or whatever, if there's any new role, if there's any duties, because anything can happen within 1 week. So it's very important that you are making sure you're communicating with that colleague that you have given you handed over the work, and communicating with them as much as possible. And you will see how that really does help in shaping your to-do list for that day as well, and prioritize to-do list basically. And I hope that this tip really does help you, because it did help me when I came back from my annual leave. And I wish somebody had told me this, because in the previous years, I remember it used to be very overwhelming for me, because I would be thinking, what am I supposed to do now? I'm just back from a holiday. But then when you have this prioritized list and you communicate really well with your colleagues that you have given the handover, everything should be absolutely fine. I hope you guys really enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, then please do like, share and subscribe, because I like to make this content on a weekly basis. And of course, if you want to check out any of my products, courses, services, everything in between, everything is basically always linked in the description box underneath all of my videos. And of course, if you want to reach out to me privately, that's farzanaslaw@gmail.com. That's my email address. And I'll see you guys very soon with my next video.